Hello and a warm welcome to you. I'm Esther Gishuki and this is Agri News. Animal feed millers have urged the national government to release the 2 million bags of maize it had promised. The farmers claim that they have been getting low-quality animal feeds because of the shortage of maize in the country. Valentine Ateno with more on this report.
Last month, Noah Wekesa, the Strategic Food Reserve Board chairman, said the 2 million bags will keep millers running until the end of August when harvesting in parts of the country starts. But millers have yet to get the maize 2 weeks down the line. The release of the 2 million bags was meant to stabilize the prices of maize flour and animal feed.
Quite a number of farmers also still have some maize. Perhaps they think that the price is going to go up. They still have some maize.
According to the publicity secretary at the Association of Kenya Feed Manufacturers, John Gadogo, the shortage of the raw material is causing some feed manufacturers to operate below capacity. Currently, a 2-kilogram packet of maize flour is selling at a high of 130 shillings, while a 70-kilogram bag of animal feed is retailing at between 2,500 shillings and 3,000 shillings. In May this year, the government released 2 million bags to millers to caution farmers from the high prices of unga. Out of these, 1.7 million bags were meant for the maize flour, while 300,000 bags were set aside for the animal feed. Millers have been getting maize from Tanzania, but they are anticipating that by the end of the month, there will be some inflow of the produce coming into the market from this year's long rains harvest from Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Bungoma, and Bomet counties.
Livestock farmers in Narok County can now get more earnings from their hides and skins usually left to waste or sold at throwaway prices to brokers after animals are slaughtered for meat. This is after the completion of a 750 million Kenyan shillings leather tannery plant at Ewaso Ngiro. According to the general manager of the plant, commissioned by the national government through the Ewaso Ngiro South Development Authority, Mr. Mwatu Joel, they are targeting approximately 3,000 SMEs from livestock pastoral communities to supply raw hides and skins, which is their main raw materials. Paul Mbogwa visited the plant and filed the following report.
Under the livestock subsector, county governments are responsible for animal husbandry, livestock sale yards, abattoirs, and disease control and management. Despite these reforms, an overwhelming majority of livestock producers remain poor. The situation is worse for pastoral producers, most of who live in extremely difficult conditions where they face low rainfall, frequent drought, and increasing desertification. Now, there may be reason for pastoral livestock producers in Narok County to smile through extra earnings from sale of hides and skins, a component in the livestock value chain that has for a long time been neglected. This project will utilize hides and skins, which are mostly left to waste, for production of leather at the Ewaso Ngiro Tannery and Leather Processing Factory.
Currently, we are done with phase 1 of this project. Phase 1 was a processing of raw hides and skin. We are now going to phase 2, where we will be looking at establishing a leather park within Narok, where we will engage about 3,000 SMEs now to utilize the leather that we are processing to make the final products. So in terms of community empowerment, it will come under our phase 2. Of course, there are a bit of issues that we've already done, like creating jobs. We've already created more than 100 direct jobs and more than 350 indirect jobs.
Kwa sababu samani ngozi ni ya mama na masiwa, nyama ni ya wanaume. Kwa sababu saa hii maendeleo alikuja akapatikana na biashara ya ng'ombe inapelekwa mbali naenda kuuzwa, hata wanaume alienda kukutana na hiyo nini ngozi ya ng'ombe silienda pande ya wanaume. Ndio naona wanaume saa hii hata akienda huko mahali mnausia ngozi naweza ukuta hata nauza kilo moja shilingi 10 kwa sababu haonekani kama ngozi ni kitu ya maana. Wamama ndio najua maana ya ngozi.
The manufacture of leather products, which is usually carried out in small, labor-intensive factories and shoe industries, follow the tanning process. The tannery and leather factory, measuring 3,200 square meters, will have an annual processing capacity of 4,000 tons of hides and skins to finished leather.
We are operating at about 20% of the factory throughput of 4,000 tons. We have successfully installed machinery that is capable of processing the raw hides and skins to the very finished end. Actually, we are doing sample products, sample leather products, whereby we are doing bags, belts, and even the military boots.
Livestock producers in the county are being urged to practice modern methods of animal identification like the use of ear tags and avoid the traditional branding which reduces the quality and price of hides and skins.
Tumekubaliana na hiyo kabisa ya alama. Huwezi fanya hiyo branding yani haraka na iwe. Maana unakuta ng'ombe kama ile ishafugwa na mtu mwingine ashaweka alama. Lakini kama sasa mimi ile ng'ombe mimi mwenyewe nimesalisha. Sina hata hiyo chuma ya kuweka ile alama ya samani.
The project has been fully funded by the national government and implemented by the Ewasongiro South Development Authority.
The reason why the authority thought of establishing this leather factory is because for a long time, this being a pastoralist region, the raw hides and skins from cows, goats and sheep were not put into use. They were actually disposed of. So the authority thought that by putting up the leather factory, value addition can be done to these raw hides and skin. So basically it was a community empowerment project to the pastoralist region within the South Rift. Yes.
The market of intermediate and end products at different stages in the chain is the key to success in the modern products industry. Reporting for Agri News, I am Paul Mbogwa.
Aquaponic refers to a system that combines conventional method, which is the raising of animals in tanks, with cultivating plants in water. In an aquaponic system, water from an aquaculture system is fed to a system where nitrates are broken down and subsequently utilized by the plants. The water is then recirculated back to the aquaculture system. To learn more about aquaponics farming, our reporter Jacqueline Kamunto visited a farmer who practices this kind of farming on a small space of his land.
Aquaponics is a kind of urban farming system whereby fish tanks and vegetable beds are linked in a way whereby water from the fish tank, complete with the droppings from the fish, is pumped into the vegetable beds. The plants then use the nutrients from the droppings that are in the water, and by so doing, filter the water so that it is clean enough to go back into the fish tank. Robert Mokio is one of the young farmers who has embraced this kind of farming. He has been practicing backyard aquaponics since 2016 when he jetted back into the country from the United States. He's chose this kind of farming mainly because it is easy and occupies less space.
Backyard aquaponics is actually what we are trying to do is coming up with an agricultural system that can suit an urban household. We realize if you can recycle these IBC tanks, the white tanks here, we can be able to store water and also store fish. Remember we talked about fish and space not being an issue so long as we are able to give fish whatever they require, that is oxygen and feed. So we were able to see if fish can be able to survive here, just like an aquarium system. Then a farmer can be able to put his fish just at the backyard because most of these things are recyclable.
Robert's aquaponic structure is the deep water culture system. The system involves siting the plants on rafts through which their roots protrude and hand in the nutrient water from the fish tank. The water must be filtered of any solid waste before reaching the plants, but aside from that, the equipment required is minimal and can be sourced cheaply. The innovative system is a structure measuring 50 by 20 feet. The fish tanks and vegetable containers with gravel are connected by pipes which are connected to a pump.
What you're seeing here is another type of an aquaponic system. This one we call a backyard aquaponic. We call it backyard because it uses minimal space and it's it can be uniquely placed just behind your backyard in your home, and it's specifically meant for urban households. In our aquaponic system here we have 2 tanks. We have 2 tanks which are connected by pipes. Now these pipes are connected into a pump, and the pump is supposed to be channeling the water into grow beds. So behind there, you can see we have blue barrels. The blue barrels are where we have our first grow beds, where we have we've planted some vegetables. In our aquaponics system here, you can see the kind of vegetables we have. We have that they're doing quite well. Why are they doing quite well? Because they're able to directly absorb the water, the nutrients that come from what is being released from this waste here.
Robert mainly rears the cat and tilapia kind of fish. His 2 tanks can hold a maximum of 500 fish, which in turn earn him a profit of about between 300,000 and 400,000 Kenya shillings on each harvest.
We're looking at 500 at maximum levels, maximum per each tank, yeah? So we look at it at 1,000, that's for tilapia, or probably 250 for catfish. For catfish, you can do 250 for catfish. So it's such a situation. If it's it's a household thing, yeah? Like you want to have your own fish and your vegetable for your own upkeep, yeah? It can do well. Or for people who want to have it, like you want to have fish for your own, and also maybe sell to your neighbors and all. You can also have it, because this thing you can have it for like even 10, 20 years. So if it's return on investment, if you want to do it on a commercial level, you will have your return on investment and have that, because the care of this is very simple. It's not like rocket science, yeah? Just once we set it up for you, your work is just feeding and having the system running.
Reporting for Farmers TV, I'm Jacqueline Kemunto.
In another interesting story, have you ever thought of how the soap you use at home is manufactured? Well, there's a farmer in Murang'a County who's making all kinds of soap using onions and tomatoes.
Katika eneo la Kabati, kaunti ya Murang'a, yupo John Kuria mwenye umri wa miaka 26 ndani ya duka lake. Taratibu anatayarisha mchanganyiko huu wa nyanya na mwingine wa vitunguu. Matokeo yake, sabuni aina tofauti za bidhaa ya Sunshine Youth. Kwake hili ni bongo la biashara.
Mimi nilifika class 8. Sikuendelea na masomo juu ya ukosefu wa pesa ya school fees. So nikaanza vibarua tu kidogo kidogo hivi, nikijaribu kuona kama nitakaa vizuri kimaisha. So nikaendelea hivyo, tukaanza kutengeneza sabuni za maji, kutengeneza vitu zingine hivi tu za mikono.
Lakini je, alisukumwa na nini kuzamia biashara hii?
Hii sabuni tunatengeneza na vitu zenye tunatumia nyumbani, vitu kama kitunguu, nyanya na kina kiukamba. So tunaanza na kuchanganya na maji. Kiwa ni ya kitunguu, tunakatakata kitunguu, then tuko na extractor ya kutoa ile sasa kitunguu ingie kwa sabuni. Then from 30 minutes ama 1 hour itakuwa ready.
Kisha mchanganyiko huu hutiwa ndani ya vifaa safi vya plastiki ambavyo kando na kuipa sabuni muundo wake huu, pia hupewa muda wa saa 6 kukauka. Baadaye kila aina ya sabuni hupakiwa kulingana na bidhaa iliyotumika kuitengeza.
Kutengeneza hii sabuni ya kufua huwa inanigharimu kama 400 kwa bucket moja. Ile experiment tumefanya kwa bar soap yenyewe. Bar soap yangu hata ukiacha kwa maji, hata ikuwe ni siku 3, italast hivyo hivyo penye uliacha.
John pia huwawezesha kimaendeleo vijana wenzake kupitia ajira, kando na kuwapa maarifa ya bure wengi ambao huja hapa kupata mafunzo yake.
Huwa nawafundisha, mtu akitaka kutrain na mtrain, anaenda anapata watu wengine wenye hawana kazi, anawapea kazi pia.
Yeye hutengeza zaidi ya sabuni 1000 kwa siku, kwani mbinu inayotumika ni nyepesi kando na yenye gharama ya chini.
Up next is a roundup of agricultural stories that have been trending in other parts of the world.
Food crisis is looming in Malawi as the state-run grain reserves has only 40,000 metric tons of maize, media reports indicate. The general manager of Malawi's National Food Reserve Agency, Nasimuko Saukira, says maize stocks were drained out during the disaster period early this year. He, however, said the process of buying the maize from farmers is almost over. The comments has meanwhile alarmed the Malawian nationals, as inadequate maize stocks will push grain prices up by the day, raising fears of a looming hunger crisis. China's Agriculture Ministry said it was lowering its forecast for corn consumption in the 2019-2020 crop year amid outbreaks of African swine fever across the country. The ministry said corn consumption was now seen 2 million tons lower than last month's forecast of 280 million tons because a huge fall in the pig herd was reducing demand for feed. African swine fever is fatal to pigs, though it doesn't harm humans. China has said its sow herd declined by a record 23.9% in May from a year earlier, but some estimate the number to be twice that level. While demand will be lower, the country also planted less corn. Beijing is encouraging less planting of corn in some areas in the far north and higher output of soybeans instead. This trend cut the estimated size of the corn crop by 920,000 tons to 253 million tons. At least 200 children from Southerton constituency in Zimbabwe are benefiting from the greenhouse horticulture projects being spearheaded by Southerton Constituency Development Trust in partnership with Apostolic Church of Pentecostal. The project is benefiting orphans from Brogare Orphanage as well as the less privileged children in the constituency. Apostolic Church of Pentecostal Pastor Henry Zihove, who is also in charge of the orphanage, applauded the project, saying it helped the community a lot.
Now let's look at how different agricultural commodities are performing in different markets across the country.
Mama boy, aki si biashara si rahisi. Wacha si tukae tu hapa na stress.
Ati stress? Sijakwambia next week nafungua kiosk.
Hey, Jumina, weka.
Need to save? Weka na KCB M-Pesa. Save money easily on your phone at over 6% interest rate. Go to the M-Pesa menu, loans and savings, select KCB M-Pesa and start saving now. The more you save, the more you can borrow. Weka. KCB M-Pesa.
That's all we had for you today on Agri News. I'm Esther Gishuki. Until next time, goodbye.